Hey guys, Mike from Urban Automotive, Oakville, Ontario, Canada. Here today to talk about a more and more common issue with today's vehicles. Although a lot of the components are made of composite or plastic, there are still a couple of components that have to be made of a metal material, namely brake lines. And today we have the pleasure of working with my man Ian.
Hi everybody.
And we are working on some brake lines. What do you have to tell us, Ian?
Well, we have this older model Buick that came in with a leaking brake.
It's a beautiful 1997 pristine Buick Riviera. Gorgeous. Look at that, two-door. Lovely.
But unfortunately, as we all know, the southern Ontario weather in the winter time requires a salt and mixture put on the roads to keep the roads from freezing and having black ice form. So unfortunately that sticks to the metal components under the car. And even when you do the effort of doing undercoating like this gentleman does, we still see after several years issues with things like the brake lines because they're very thin. This is one of the older brake lines. If you look at it closely, you can see it's very scaled, rusty, scaly all the way along. It's in pretty poor condition. In fact, it was the other rear brake line that broke right in this area here. It just got so thin that it...
the corrosion ate away at it.
Yep.
And this runs all the way up the one side of the car and where, Ian?
So both brake lines meet over on this side and then run to the front of the car, up along the frame rail, and then all the way along the front ride support over here to the ABS unit.
This looks like a really easy job, Ian.
Oh, it's totally easy. You got to take a whole bunch of covers and shields off, some cross members and things so that you can undo and access, and then do a proper, clean, nice job of replacing the brake lines.
So that is the ABS controller right there?
That is the ABS controller right there. Those are the few brake lines that I've started to feed from the controller to the back of the car and then to the two front wheels as well.
Now, this brake line seems a lot nicer than the one coming off. Is it a different material?
Well, first of all, it's brand new, if that helps. The new technologies that are out there, this is actually a copper nickel alloy that is a lot more pliable than the older steel copper. This does have some steel in it, so it still has the strength and can withstand the pressures that are created in the brake system. And there, that's better. And so, the nice thing about this is because of the alloy, it resists the corrosion a lot better than the older steel copper mix.
Great. So there you have it, folks. If your vehicle requires some brake lines or you're concerned that your brake line condition may not be up to standard or up to snuff. By the way, how do we know when the brake lines fail, Ian?
Usually you can see it before they fail.
Yeah, brake pedal will drop. You might get some drops within your driveway. Brakes start to feel spongy. These are all conditions that indicate that you either have moisture in your brakes, which helps to cause the rot of the lines, because regular brake flushes are recommended by most manufacturers because of the moisture that does build up within the brake system, because the brake lines can rot also internally. So it's really a no-win situation. By all means, any questions, concerns, comments, please leave them down below. Hit subscribe to learn more informational videos like this to keep you informed. Urban Automotive, safety first.